Welcome to Overly Opinionated. Rest in peace to fallen kings, queens, and in-betweens.
And free the guys.
For sure. This was a topic that kind of forced our hand into podcasting. Like, we had to start podcasting because of conversations like this in the group chat, where I would bring up something like To Pimp a Butterfly and how amazing that album is. Now, I don't necessarily disagree with people who just subjectively don't like the album. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't have to be amazing to you. I understand that you have a take that's not an amazing album. Mm-hmm. To me, the album is fantastic. It's near perfect, if not perfect. But my difficulty came when you were saying that it wasn't black. Yeah. Like, I was saying that album is such a gigantic moment just for blackness as a whole. And you were saying how it wasn't black. Why would you think that?
Because that's when, we got into the discussion of what black was, and I started bringing up, like, the stereotypes of how we get down. And then I don't want to put words in your mouth, you was like, you didn't agree with me, right?
Yeah.
Because that's not black.
Right.
That's just what certain types of people do, but not when it comes to race.
We should have the conversation, you know. One of the things that I was saying was that it was such a good album that it is commonly studied in colleges.
Yep, and when you said that, the exact same thought from in that moment just popped back in my head. Like, I said it wasn't black because it's accepting only partial blackness. And when I say that, if it was about robbing niggas and drinking lean and shit, they would not be studying this album.
But it is about that, too. You're saying because he's not glorifying it in the music. You're saying because he's not the one.
Yeah, right. That it would not be getting studied at this college or whatever. Like, it's only certain parts of the black community is only acceptable to, like, that class of people. You agree, right? When I say acceptable,
restate.
When I say acceptable, like, they can talk about it, dissect it, this and that, why this is so good. But what we see as like a classic album or some shit, like, I don't think this is classic, but people do Tupac. You won't hear his music in fucking school and they studying it. It's not acceptable. First off, fuck you. They not, come on, bro. They're not going to study that shit. They wouldn't understand it. Like, they won't see why we think this shit is that good. You see what I'm saying? Like, sure. Only parts of the blackness is accepted, and I don't fuck with that.
I agree I agree that parts of blackness are acceptable to the wide society. Mm-hmm. Wide. White to white society.
Majority.
Yeah. But I would disagree that Tupac wasn't in there. Like, even now when a white person, because like I said before, I work with majority white people. Mm-hmm. When I tell them that they would judge me if they heard the music that I'm listening to, a lot of times, I mean more than 75% of the time, they're like, no, I listen to Tupac. It's like, right, Tupac.
But that's what they think is, oh, this is our best.
But you just picked it. You picked that too
because they fuck with him.
No, that's not what you were saying. You were saying the exact opposite. You were saying that if it was Tupac, they wouldn't be accepting of that. Yeah. Fuck your bitch and that click you claim.
They don't know that part. They like the Dear Mama. Like,
I don't know if that's true.
Those are two different sides of Tupac. You get to see right there. Would you agree?
Yes, you do get to see two different sides of Tupac, which is kind of that's a part of what you're arguing against right now. The fact that there were sides of Tupac and he was still able to become as big as Tupac did. And you're saying that the Dear Mama is the type of song that got him to be so popular. Yes, but so was How Do You Want It?
Yeah, agree. Now,
Hit 'Em Up I wouldn't call mainstream, but How Do You Want It absolutely was. California Love absolutely was. And neither of those isn't glorifying, you know?
Right. And back to the Kendrick Lamar though, what I brought up is like if Good Kid, Mad City was being studied, they'll get some points for me.
This was way blacker than Good Kid, Mad City.
Now, again, I can't make it through the album, so you would know. I would trust your judgment to know better than me. Like I can throw Good Kid, Mad City on repeat. To me, his best work.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't throw To Pimp a Butterfly on repeat mainly because I don't want to feel like that all the time. I don't want to feel that all the time. But it definitely is for us, man. It definitely is. And you saying that it wasn't, it really, like, I remember this conversation. I remember exactly where I was when we were having this conversation because it struck me so hard because it reminded me of all of the times that I'm not black.
Yeah.
Like, I'm clearly not black. Even your stepdad on the phone one day, you was walking with him one day and you FaceTimed me.
I know exactly where
and I can't remember what I said, but I pronounced ing at the end of my word. And he was like, that's a white dude, ain't it?
We was walking Summit Lake, bro. I'll never forget that day.
And it's like, it reminded me of that when you're saying, well, of course, To Pimp a Butterfly got accepted by, scholars because that's not even real black shit. And it's like, how? I don't understand. Like, because he's doing the same things in an intelligent way, because he's talking about things that are deeper than how I'm going to enjoy today. That's not black to you. And I'm using, you're the scapegoat for this because you're here right now. But I've heard this my whole life. This type of shit my whole life.
Sorry. Now, do you understand why I say that?
I completely understand why you say that.
Because for years, black was never accepted. So if it's accepted, it can't be black. That's kind of like at the standpoint I'm with that. So it's like for you, it's a sad moment to listen to an album to feel that, right? Is that why you don't want to?
Not necessarily. There are definitely points in the album where you have to face your own trauma and the way that you see things, like the way that you've built the world, or the way that Gabby says on the Pretty Social podcast. People have built these ideas for us. Like, we were given some of these things that Kendrick Lamar is questioning on To Pimp a Butterfly. You ain't got to lie to kick it, my nigga. Like, you can just be you. You don't have to be the cool guy. You don't have to be the tough guy. These are things that are black. Like, you got to be a certain type of way to be accepted by us. Or you have to you have to be a certain complexion to be considered us. And these are the types of things that he's questioning on that album. And when those things are being questioned and you're faced with, maybe I've been wrong this whole time, or maybe the way that people have treated me may have been wrong this whole time, even though I'm over here trying to figure out how I can be better. Like, me being me has been enough this whole time. Yeah. That's a tough thing to face. So even though it's liberating to a certain degree and it's beautiful to have someone speaking these things that need spoken, it's also, you have to face some of the shit that you've dealt with in your life.
No, that just made me think, like, maybe I don't accept it because white people validated it. Like, if it was like us, like black people, who's like, damn, this album is the shit, like, my eyes would be more open to listen to it. But because it's accepted by white people, for some reason, for me, it just takes like credit off of it. I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why, because I feel like there's a hidden problem here for me of why I don't accept that.
Well, there's a hidden problem here for me, and it's the fact that, first off, when you're saying if there were black people telling you that, oh yeah, this is hard, then that would be different. Well, the black people are saying that it's not black. That's you. Like, you're the black people here, and you're saying that it's not black. Or you also have a black man telling you that, yeah, that shit is hard, but you don't see me as black enough to make that determination.
Like, no, I think you're black. Don't do that. But again, I didn't listen to the album fully. So from what I did listen to, it didn't give me.
There's not enough nigga in it for you.
Yeah, but
that's crazy,
but
bro.
No, when I see, there's two different types of niggas though. Like
there isn't. There's so many more types of niggas.
Well, no. You're fucking no. Okay, to white people, there's one nigga, and that's just how you look, right?
I don't know that.
On that slave auction back in the day, man, if you had brown skin, you getting sold. Not if you was a reader or if you like to draw or you're an anime type of guy. Like, it doesn't matter. Your skin black, it's just that one type, you're sold. But now, like, you're speaking within the community. Like, all of us are not the same. I know that. But when I say it wasn't enough nigga, you know, I mean, like the gun toting and shit like that. I'm assuming that's what you meant, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other side of niggas is like the pro-black, Africa is the motherland, this and that. Like, you know them type too, right?
Sure.
Like, please understand, I'm not saying that it's not black, okay? But when I say this shit is not black, where's the double cups? Like, where's you catching the op sliding? You know, that's my type of shit.
So when I said, when I said there's not enough nigga in it, I was actually trying to lead you to saying what nigganess is to you. But I already knew that nigganess to you was
right.
Kodak Black. That's nigganess.
100%. 21 Savage, yeah.
Yes.
But
I don't agree that that's nigganess. I understand that that's how you see nigganess.
So what is it for you then?
Whatever niggas is. To me, nigganess is whatever niggas is.
But there are different types of niggas, right? That you can just put in a group. When I say this is not
you can put any people in a group. I just think that that's not a good idea. Like, there's not a necessity for putting people in a group.
But when I was speaking,
it's not super useful,
right? But when I was speaking of the blackness, I was talking about this group of blackness.
But you saying that it's not black because it's not this group of blackness is crazy as fuck. That's crazy as fuck.
So for you, do you look at blackness as a whole? It's just one. And I agree. It comes in many.
Can you ask that question differently?
When you say, "Oh, is this black or not?" Is there a certain criteria it has to fit for it to be black for you?
Of a black person,
and that's it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I understand that. I fully understand that. But how I broke it down was, okay, it's from a black person. Of course, it's black. What type of black person is this now that I'm about to listen to?
Now, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you that these subcategories aren't
valid.
A part of me wants to say that they're not valid. A part of me thinks that they are actually damaging. But I'm not saying that I don't understand like the subcategory. What I'm saying is you are personally validating one subcategory over others. So much so that your nomenclature for it is, this is true blackness and this is all the other shit. This is the shit that they will accept too.
And it's because I'm biased though. Like,
yeah, I don't know that that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a good thing, but it is black. But this black, like the ghetto blackness, hits more home for me.
Sure.
Yeah, like what he was speaking about on Pimp the Butterfly, like you said, will like hit more home for you, because you've been told like, oh, this must be a white guy. Like,
no. That's not why. That was a hell of an assumption to make. But one of the reasons that I dislike your take on what is more valid and what is not is the fact that he is talking about
that
ghetto blackness. He's addressing ghetto blackness in a society that does not like ghetto blackness. And what you want, instead of him talking about it, is just do the shit, nigga. Just do it already. Like, don't talk about being drunk all the time. Just be drunk. Like, make up a song while you're drunk. You're saying, don't talk about your niggas doing lean and doing life because they killed somebody. Just go kill somebody. That's what you're saying. And that, to me, is just...
No,
like,
I am not telling
you
him.
don't got to be one-sided about it.
No, I'm not telling him do it. But...
You don't like it because it's not Sada Baby enough. And he's talking about the Sada Babies.
I want the full Blackness to be accepted, not just parts of it. And that's my problem. Like it's like for me.
What does that have to do with Kendrick Lamar?
Because I feel like he pointed out, like you said, like you don't have to be the gangbang. You said that right. That's not what you have to be. Like, and that type of kid is accepted by the whites. Are they not more than the gangbanger?
I honestly don't know.
Like, you see some white people see a dude in black and just assume he's a fucking thug. But if he got glasses on and his book bag just going to school, he less likely like a threat just based off what he got on. Like, and I feel like that's the crowd that Pimp a Butterfly was for. Like, that's corny to me. Like, accept the whole thing. Like, again, like I said, the examples in the conversations coming back up. When I said, get rich or die trying. Like, that shit, Chef, that's art right there, too.
No question.
Like, incredible.
Classic.
Yeah, I just don't like how, like, the whole as a black is not accepted, but just parts. That's what I'm just not a fan of that shit at all.
But what does that have to do with, like, you're saying that you judge To Pimp a Butterfly negatively because other people accept it.
No, I can't get into, I just didn't finish it because I just couldn't finish it.
But you're saying what you said was you feel like that's who To Pimp a Butterfly was made for. No, it was made for you too. You just don't like it because you're too black.
No, I'm not too black. So the crowd is, you say it's for all blacks, right?
All of us.
Right. But it's what he's saying is okay to be you, even if you don't fit this stereotype of this type of black.
He said that in one song, yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying as a whole. Again, I did not get through it.
This is one of the reasons that it's so crazy to me for you to feel as strongly as you do against this album. Like, you don't even know the album.
But I know that he's not sipping lean on this bitch. Talking about he just pulled up. Right? Right?
He's not sipping lean, right?
Or talk about how he just slid on some ops or anything, right? And I did not hear this album again.
I don't think so.
Like, how you speak on this, I really want to give it another chance. Like, I'm going to give it another chance. But I feel like because he's not doing that, that is why they can talk about it in colleges. And I don't like that. You get no cool points from that.
All my life I had to fight, nigga. Hard times, like, bad trips, like.
Did that come from that?
Yeah, man. All right is on To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
Like, that is bro,
yeah,
for what you're saying is insane.
Yeah.
You said that's his radio song. Yeah. Do you know how gigantic it is for his radio song to be "Wanna Kill Us Dead in the Streets" faux show? Like, do you hear what you're saying right now?
But can't say that on TV, though. But you can say bitch and all types of shit, bro. Listen, because it's validated by white people, it's not getting cool points for me. Like, was Good Kid, Mad City not good enough to...
You're losing me.
Okay.
You're losing me.
How am I losing?
You're losing me.
How?
Because you are seeing a potential for growth as a reason to hate. This nigga got All Right as the radio song. He got All Right as the radio song. And that's for us to the nth degree. And you can't see that as for us because other people are like, you know what, man? You might be onto something here.
No, but the radio song, that's for us. Like, I support radio, all that. But the studying of in college, like you said, is the only thing I'm speaking on, not the radio part.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is you brush it off when I started talking about All Right. you said, "Oh yeah, the radio song." That alone, that is massive. Like a radio song is typically what you're talking about. The only way that we can be seen as rappers or famous is for doing quote unquote nigga shit, right? Like that's the only way we're allowed to be famous is if you talking about how niggas can kill niggas and that's cool. He's talking about how the cops are killing us. And that's on the radio. And that is a feat in itself.
This is how I'm looking at it.
And that's one of the least deep songs on the album.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it like this. Now, it's a win for sure that they're studying this type of work. I give you that, yes. But it feels like a field nigga arguing with a house nigga. Like, oh, bro, you supposed to be happy for me. Like, at least I made it to be in a house. Like, even though there's better things to be doing. But it's like, it is an upgrade. But it's like, if we all in the field, like, I'm supporting it. That's what it's like for me. Like, the Pimp the Butterfly getting study at schools is like just a light-skinned nigga in the house. That's what it is. It's a step forward, but it's not the final step. Like, I'm not impressed only because, again, I feel, for some reason, I feel like it don't represent us as a whole.
That's crazy to me.
Like,
it's crazy to me because you don't even know you literally don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Yet
So,
you feel like it's not like, again, like you said that you feel like it's a house nigga arguing with a field nigga. Mm-hmm. No, it's a field nigga telling a house nigga that he's not even a nigga. Like like only one of us. Like I love Get Rich or Die Trying. Love that shit. All the shit you talking about. I listen to Bozzy. I listen to Sada. Like, bro, all of this shit is groovy, bro. Like for real.
Uh-huh. But
only one of us is telling the other that it's not valid.
This is the only, because it's weird. Why?
You don't see intelligence as black. You simply don't.
No, I do though.
Why would To Pimp a Butterfly being taught in colleges rank it lower on blackness? Like either college can't be black enough or it being studied in college can't be black enough.
Because majority of black people are not, would you say, are at that level?
What level?
Of the just be who you are. Is there more of the Sada Babies and Mozzies than it is the Kendrick Lamars and J. Cole?
On the radio, yeah. I don't know what it is that you're talking about.
On the regular, would you, like, that you came across? Like, what would be more? More for you. So I can say that. So when I'm saying speak for the majority.
I think I know fewer people that have killed people than I know have not killed people. What are you talking about?
Yes, I'm speaking of the majority who listens to the Mozzies and the support the double cups, the backwoods, the you know the culture. We'll call it the culture, but that is both the culture. But
that's so crazy.
Hopped off the porch.
You are literally building exactly.
Why are you acting like there's not size to it though?
No. There are differences within the black community.
Yes.
You are literally labeling it. Like you have caught yourself twice now, literally labeling it as only one of them is within the community.
No, they both are.
I understand that, but you naturally categorize them separately. You naturally do it. You've done it twice. You said in the culture when you were talking about one part of it.
So when I say, okay, this is what I think. There's that side, and then there's the pro-black. Like, we all should be pro-black, by the way. But there's the...
but the pro-black side is the side that's not black enough for you to naturally call it black.
But they are black. I'm speaking of majority. That is it. Pro-black is not the majority of black people. Like, there's
that you've come across.
How many Dr. Umars have you come across?
I wouldn't consider him necessarily pro-black.
What is he?
A little off his rocker.
Definitely. Okay. Yeah. But I definitely came across less pro-black people.
Okay.
Have you? Could you say the same thing?
I could say the same thing, yeah.
So all I want if you're going to speak about something in college, you speak on the majority. That's all I'm asking. That is what is important to me. Like, let's go. Do Kendrick Lamar's #1 selling album.
Darian, you have to realize that there is not much to talk about when we're talking about trap rap. You have to understand that there's not much to study there. It's not intricate, nigga. It's not intricate. He's the ops. I killed him. That's it. What do you need to talk about?
But why? Okay, you can speak about why you.
Oh, I sipped this lean. This is the cleanest lean.
Right.
You think I'm still sipping? I'm still sipping on act.
Why are you feeling this way?
I'm still sipping on act.
What's going on that you're feeling this way,
bro? That is not what you talk. That's not what's being talked about, bro. Like, it's not deep.
So what is being talked about with this album in schools?
Honestly, I don't know.
Like, okay, you can be any type of black. Yeah, we'll accept you. That's it. That's the end of the conversation.
I don't think that's like.
Why is it not? You're sipping this double cup for something. Like, why you feel the need to be high all the time? Why do you feel you need to kill your ops all the time? Like, why you can't make a truce?
Is that what you get out of the music?
Me?
Is that what you get out of the music?
I get out of it. This feels good. That's it.
Exactly. That's not the idea of A to Pimp a Butterfly.
What's the idea of it?
Like I said, questioning these social norms, these things that you face on a daily basis, questioning them to possibly grow and realize what the truth behind the way that you feel about it is. The reason that there's something to talk about, the reason that there's something to study is because it's not literally just saying, here it is,
would you call
everything's great.
Would you call that conscious rap?
Sure.
Okay,
yeah.
So why is that the only type of genre, if it comes to black people, that will be taught in school? Conscious rap.
Because there's thinking to do after.
So, okay, Juice WRLD. He's known drug addict.
Yeah.
Like, why you can think about, like, why is he doing this? Like, this is like the society now, like kids now, drugged up, depressed. Like, that's the new wave of music. Where was the change? Like that's thinking right there. You can speak on that. Like, where do we go wrong that our kids are depressed, feel they need to be on Xannies and all types of drugs? Like, that's not a class you can teach. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not black enough though, right? Like, having those thoughts ain't black enough. Just shut up and take the pills is what you've been saying this entire time.
But wait, that's not conscious rap. Juice WRLD is not conscious rap.
Right.
But it's still not taught in school. You can sit there in the class and talk about it. Why won't they talk about it?
Bro, I don't know. Like,
because
what does this have to do with blackness?
It's not accepted by them. That's why, and that is
yes, it is. Juice WRLD is absolutely. What the fuck are you talking about?
To be taught in college?
I still see your shadows in my room.
Fire. But to be talked about in college is what I'm speaking on. It's not accepted.
It's just not high enough level for that. It's just not high enough level for that. The skill it takes to make a Juice WRLD song is lower than the skill that it takes to make To Pimp a Butterfly.
And when you say skill, are we speaking of sounding good?
No.
What are you speaking on?
Sounding good and also having substance. Like saying more than...
Lucid dreams don't have substance?
Absolutely, yeah. But you don't have to dig to find it.
Like,
you don't have to try at all to find it. You don't have to know anything to find it. Bro, I found out about lucid dreams because there's a video of a 7-year-old boy who's probably never had his heart broken singing his heart out to that shit. He has no idea what he's singing about. You don't have to try to get that shit.
Bro,
you want black to be so simple, bro.
It's not simple. I just want it to be accepted.
You want it to be accepted in order for you to accept it. You see how crazy that is? You're black, and you don't accept some parts of blackness because it's accepted elsewhere.
No, I accept it. It's just not... Them teaching it in school is like, okay, ooh,
bro,
it's been albums you should have been taught in school.
Bro, listen, I don't care that much about it being taught in schools. That was a point that I brought up as like, he is for black people. So much for them that he is putting us in places that we don't go. Like, we not there. And you can't even see that as a good thing. Like, this nigga has hit a different level. Whether you regard that highly or not, somebody regards it, and he took us there.
Yeah, it's
Lupe Fiasco did too, and he's way better at rapping, or he's way better at
music.
writing songs. His lyrics are the very best.
Wait, what you mean? He's been studied too?
I'm pretty sure he's teaching at like MIT or some shit like that. He's teaching like lyricism at one of the most prestigious colleges, which is fucking insane.
Wait, why is that insane?
It would be amazing if one of your family members got into MIT. Like that would mean a lot for their
But
potential future.
no, I'm saying what is insane that he's teaching that? Somebody black gotta be teaching that though, right? Or unless you choose Eminem, but
Which is possible. Which, like, most teachers of women's studies aren't women. Like that's not how that has to work. You know that, right?
sure. But it only makes sense that someone.
I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense, but that doesn't. I feel like you're trying to undermine the accomplishment because you don't want to care about it. I get it, man. Like winning the Grammys maybe it shouldn't be the most important thing, but if someone wins a Grammy, that is good for them. Like good for you. I'm not saying that it has to be the only way that you can feel validated in music, especially because that is not just rigged, but it's a white institution. Like with the Grammys, of course, because it's a white institution, you don't want the value of your artwork to be determined specifically based on that. But that does not mean that them valuing it isn't worth anything.
Okay.
Like it being valued in these different avenues or in these different venues than what we have control over it's not valueless. Like that's dope.
Okay, so for you, does Pimp a Butterfly being taught at a, let's say, all black school compared to an all white school, which is more like, oh wow, for you?
Neither of them.
It's the same
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
It's different for me,
I understand that.
and I think it's more. This is weird. I feel like it would be more valuable at all black school. And
That's hard for me to accept simply because you don't know anything about it and it has already become less valid to you.
Because
like I wish you were able to, every time you talk about a black person consuming To Pimp a Butterfly, realize that you can't even make it through the album. Like you are a black person that simply does not accept it.
No, that's not the reason I did not make it through the album, bro. It's just other songs I listen to a lot of music. It's just other music I'd rather listen to. That is simply it. And I was never the type of guy Kendrick drop. I'm listening to what the fuck he dropped. That just wasn't in me. That's just when I had some time, I'll listen to it. That was it. Like J. Cole on the other hand, I'm listening to everything he dropped. I'm making time for him. Like after Good Kid, Mad City, I got everything I needed from him. That was it. Still have that album on my phone. That's all I needed from him. I don't need anything else from you, player. I appreciate you. So it's not. I'm just not interested. It's not that it was horrible. I'm just not interested. That is it. So for them, it's a mixed feeling for me if they're teaching that at all black school. It's like it's kind of expected, but it's hard like that. You found an album that you can share with other students. So I appreciate that. Like
I hate that you say that it's expected. It's not at all expected for a rap album to be on a school curriculum. That's not expected.
Correct. But at a black school, I expect a black album. If y'all gonna talk about an album, I expect it to be a black person.
It was just today when you accepted To Pimp a Butterfly as a black album.
Like
today is the first time that's been the case.
Okay. No, I told you. It wasn't the black I was looking for. The jump off the porch. I said that because I subcategorized it. And you didn't like that. We had two different. When I said, oh, it's not black, it wasn't the black I was looking for. You understand that now, right?
Sure,
Yeah, that's all I was saying. I can't say it's not black when I didn't listen to the album. But the first song, it was, I can tell you right now, it was not any type of Detroit music or Akron. It wasn't none of that shit. I can tell you off what I was listening to.
It wasn't what exactly?
Like Detroit music.
Got you. Yeah, it wasn't that.
Yeah,
But it was black. I'm pretty sure in the very first song
you're missing.
you have Wesley's. I'm pretty sure it was George Clinton in the first song talking about we should never gave niggas money, go back home.
That's what I'm trying to listen, bro. Listen,
we should never gave niggas money.
There is subcategories in black.
Goodness
there
gracious,
is,
man.
bro. Like my black is not going to be my mom's black.
It drives me crazy to hear people talk about how black people can't be racist. Like I definitely understand. Like there are different. We define words differently, and some people define racism as in a way that it is impossible for black people to be racist. But man, black people be racist as fuck toward black people, bro.
Bro, what?
It's crazy, bro.
No, I accept all black people.
Right, just not necessarily as black.
No, I do. So okay, this is what I'm trying to tell you. So if my mom say, "Oh, I love what type of music she listens." Al Green, James Brown is not the black I am speaking of when I say it's not black enough. You understand that, right?
Yes, I would consider that misspeaking though. For you to say that, like, for you to say, "Oh no, I'm talking about like real black music." Well, Motown is absolutely real black music.
1,000%.
But you do not categorize it that
because that is not my characteristic. I'm not listening to Motown on my free time like my mom is.
But that does not mean that it's not black.
Correct. But when I say, "Oh, this is not black enough for me," this is not Webby and niggas jumping off the porch. Not the fuck the
because
police.
That's more black to you.
No, that is my black.
Brother. When you say black enough,
yes,
that is that is literally to say that something is more could be more black. And in order to be more black, there has to be more webbiness.
Okay. So it is more black for me because of the type of person I am. My mom is not a jump off the porch type of person.
Neither are you.
Correct. So Motown, I'm saying that's not her type of music she listens to. So Motown is the blackest for her. Like that is black. The Whitney Houston is the black for her. That is not what I'm listening to. That's not. It doesn't fit me.
You're missing it.
So listen, when I say more, I'm saying that fits me. They are both equally black, okay? So just so I'm clear, they're equally black, okay? But we're not the same. We don't have the same taste. And when I speak on the taste, if I think something is salty, you cannot think it's salty. But it can still be salty. Just less salty for you. That is all I'm saying. They're both black. This is more black for me because these are my taste buds. It's just a preference. And I think you're missing that part.
I'm not at all missing it. You're saying it as if there is an objective measurement for blackness.
I'm not.
When you say black enough, that literally assumes that there's an objective measure of blackness that this could have more of.
Yes.
That's not you saying this ain't shooter enough. Like you are literally tying, like your preference is to say that blackness is based in how criminal you are.
Sure. And music-wise, sure. Yes. Because that is my taste of music. You get that part, right? It's just strictly based off taste. But I'm acknowledging they are both still black. But that's not the black I am looking for. That is it. On my scale,
I can't wait for others to weigh in on this.
Because that is all.
You sound crazy.
How do I sound crazy?
You sound crazy.
Like I'm. What is crazy? My preference?
No, you having a preference. Who gives a fuck?
Okay.
It's the way that you categorize your preference. Like you have a superiority complex about it. You have a superiority complex about blackness. Like there is a certain level, there's a certain thing that you associate with blackness that you naturally think is better. And I'm not talking about preference here. I'm saying the way that you see your preference is that it is the objective measure of blackness. That's how you see your preference. And the way that I know that is because how you talk about it.
When I think of the superior blackness, I think of pro-black people who are so close to racists. That is what I think of the real. When I think of black, I was like, oh no, he one of them blacks, like not fucking with white people. Those are the pro blacks. That's what I think of. I don't think my shit is superior at all. Like, I only feel this way about my music taste. Like, that is it. Like, this is not on the high end. Like, this is my favorite type of music. That is it. I want to hear niggas get shot.
That's not true. Now, that is your preference.
Okay,
that is your preference.
What part was not true?
What's not true is that you only think this way about music.
What else?
If I have dinner before 8 p.m., you're telling me that that's white people shit and I'm having supper.
But you are.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
Like, you have a categorization for blackness.
No.
And if it's what you do, it's black.
Nah.
And if it's not, it's not.
Bro, I wish I could have supper. Like, I'm not.
But that's white people shit, though.
I
like,
never
eating
said that.
before...
The Last Supper?
No, wait. Put that on something.
Just right now, I did not say that. No, but listen, I wish I could have, but my
that's
dinner
not
time
the
is
point.
10 o'clock,
That's
bro.
not the point.
But
that's
I'm not saying that is
saying.
black. That's just poor time management.
That's not what you've never said that before.
It's poor time management, bro. But if you honestly,
I feel like you're pretending right now.
Okay, listen. If you're saying you're having supper, that's some white shit. I'll be honest. Nigga, you eating dinner. We don't eat supper.
I've never used supper. You use supper,
bro. Well, that's what it is before 8 o'clock.
So you're like I said. What you're saying is if I eat before 8 p.m.,
what is
that's white
about
people
that?
shit.
That's not negative. You said I think
why isn't it black?
What do you mean?
You said it's white people shit to eat before 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
It is also supper if you're eating before 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
It's not black to eat before 8 p.m.
Correct. Now, do you know why? Come on, please tell me you know why. You're not about to sit here and tell me the slaves ate when the masters ate. There's no way you about to sit here and tell me
I'm not a slave.
But that's not what we do.
Who is we?
Blacks.
Black people definitely eat before 8 p.m., bro.
Now? Because of the freedom they have? But that's not normally what we do. Now, times has changed. Okay, sure, we eat supper now. Well, I don't eat supper, but
this is why it's crazy.
But there's nothing negative about eating supper.
But why can't it be black to eat before 8 p.m.?
It's becoming black. But originally, it was not black because that's not what we do. Except that that's not what we do.
That is what we do. You are literally saying that you can't sit with us.
That's not what I'm saying, bro. I am not saying that.
Bro, I can't claim to eat dinner at a black time. Like I can't even claim to have black dinner.
Bro, there's dinner and there's supper. There's those two separate things.
One's white and one's black.
No, one is before 8, one is after. That is it.
Again, listeners weigh in because you literally earlier said it's white people shit to eat supper.
Yes.
And then you said that it's supper before 8 p.m., which means it is white people shit to eat before 8 p.m.
So you eat supper and dinner?
No, I eat dinner.
Right.
I call it dinner.
Yeah.
I usually eat before 8 p.m.
Deadass?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's white people shit, though.
Was that normal for you always?
Yeah.
Even before you got married?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You blessed. But there's nothing negative about that, though. I'm not understanding that.
You say it's not negative because your blackness isn't in question. Like, it is negative for someone who looks like you to tell you you're not black.
Well,
that is negative.
With the criminal acts of the music I like, I completely see the negative in it. Like, for sure. What is negative about eating supper?
What I'm saying is it's negative to have someone who looks like you tell you that you're not like them. You're them over there, who you were both raised to see as the enemy, to see as danger, to be told that you are not like the people that you are like, which is super easy for you to do because it's not in question for you. Like, that's not a thing for you. Like, you do all the shit that's supposed to be black, right? When you look at someone who's not black, to you, you telling them like, oh yeah, you got it good. You ain't like us. Like, I am though, right? Like, it's negative because you are basically making a line in the sand that there are certain black people that aren't allowed to cross.
What I'm confused about that is I can just just to cancel it out, because this is a real conversation we had. Like, I could just eat supper. Like, I can't eat before 8 o'clock. It's just not in me. I just don't do that though. Like, dinner just really normally be ready by between 8 and 10. Like, it's my choice to. Like,
I feel like you are intentionally missing the point.
But what I'm saying is, like, if that's really was the case for me, like, if I was just, oh, you can't sit with us, I can just eat supper.
That's what you're doing, bro.
But how am I doing
to
that?
categorize things as being black or not black?
I did not say it was not black. This is eating.
You have literally said it on this podcast.
Eating
within the last 5 minutes.
One is more black. You don't acknowledge that part, right?
This is what I'm saying. No.
One is
no. There is nothing.
that is crazy.
There is nothing that ties blackness to when you eat during the day. There's nothing that ties blackness to that. There's nothing.
Wait. So patterns of what a culture do has nothing to do with it. When we normally always ate after 8 o'clock. Like, so history don't matter either then? If that's the case?
No one is saying that.
Because why wouldn't what we normally used to do, why doesn't that matter?
When are you talking about?
You said,
bro, do you think that there aren't black families that eat before 8 p.m.? Like, what the fuck are you saying?
That's what I'm saying. But
I can't wait for you to get tore up at this episode.
That was not the normal. That is what I'm saying. Was that the normal?
For you? No.
No. Let's go back to the 1800s. Was that normal? I'm asking, was that
Why?
normal? Is it becoming more normal?
I have no idea. I have no idea when they ate in the 1800s.
Exactly.
I have no idea. Neither do you. What are we doing right now?
Okay.
Why can't you just admit you were?
Admit what?
You're an elitist. You are like a classist. There are classes of blackness to you, and that shit is sick. That's sick, bro.
No, I don't think there's classes. There's just different types of black. That is it. Not one better than the other. There's no ranking of more. No.
You literally just said there's a more black time to eat dinner.
When it comes to preference, yes. For me.
Oh,
this is God. For me. Bro, me, I'm not eating before 8 o'clock.
They're going to kill you, bro. They're going to kill you.
Who is that?
You sound so stupid. You sound
Who
like
is that?
This is ridiculous.
Who is that?
The listeners. They're going to kill you.
They eat supper too?
I have no idea.
I will let us know if y'all eat supper.
No, what they need to let you know is that you keep hiding behind this preference thing. You have a hierarchy in your mind. And black people are like you in your head. Like, you are black. In your head, you're black. And people who do what you do, they're black too. Any deviation from that is less black unless it is more gangster than what you do. Like, the way to be more black and different from you is to do crimes. Like, if someone does the exact same thing as you, except they rob people sometimes, they way blacker than you.
If you have a favorite, sure. So, like LeBron, I will assume he didn't commit a crime, all right?
He's never done anything wrong.
We're the same black. There's no rankings of more black unless you're choosing a preference, bro. That is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I think you're getting confused with the subcategories of what I'd rather have.
What you mean and what you say may be different.
Can I have an example of that?
Earlier you said there is a more black time to eat dinner. And then you said that's based on what I want.
Yes.
What you want, you think is more black.
No, I'm black, so what I want, I think is black. That's it.
But I am also black. And what I do...
And you feel the way you
different.
feel. Like, I am not telling you you're not black. If I want to eat supper at 6 o'clock, I'm going to tell you, I eat at 6 o'clock. I'm black still. You don't think I would do that? Because it fits... I hear this. People say I say things that fits my agenda all the time. You don't think I would just say, oh, I eat supper at 7 o'clock. I'm black. Doesn't change it. My views are not going to change on that. What I think, I know I'm black, so whatever I do is black.
But whatever you don't do is less black. That's the thing that I'm bringing up to you. Like, you have literally said that multiple times on this podcast.
Compared to what? My preference for something, correct? I don't ever...
But that's literally what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying is weird. That you associate your preference to something with blackness. Your preference to things and blackness don't have anything to do with each other. Like, literally at all. For you to think that they do, for you to speak as if they do, is fucking crazy. Like, it's less black because I don't do that. No, just my preference. That's just how I feel. So you shouldn't feel like that.
So remember you said you don't think I'm saying what I mean?
Right.
Okay, so when the pimp and brother fight, this shit is not hood enough for me. You'd rather have me say that, I'm assuming. Right?
I don't...
Instead of saying, this shit ain't black enough for me. Because that's what I said.
That's not what you said.
This shit is not black enough for me.
You just said it's not black before. And then you said it's not black enough.
Yes. So would you have rather me say this is not hood enough for me?
Sure.
Like, and then would that have eliminate you feeling like I think some black is better than the other black?
Possibly, yeah. In that particular instance, yeah.
So, okay, so let's go back to the supper one. Do you think I think eating dinner at 8 o'clock is better than eating at 6 before 8?
Better, no. No.
So what? What do you think when that comes?
More black, for sure. For sure. You have literally said so within the last 10 minutes of this podcast. You have literally, and I know you're going to backpedal now. You're going
that
to claim
is my preference.
And I know that that's your backpedal. That's your common.
I want to eat that early.
That's your common backpedal in this episode. You backpedal after you have explicitly stated. You have explicitly stated this is blacker. But then you backpedal and say, in my preference, because what I want, when I say blacker, I mean the thing that I want.
Yeah.
You realize that's ridiculous, right?
How is that ridiculous, though? That's why I'm confused.
You are associating, and I've said this 4 times now, you are associating your preference with blackness.
Why is that a problem?
It's ridiculous.
Why is that a problem?
Because blackness has nothing to do with what you want. There is no difference between what you're saying and someone who is literally saying, if you're not killing people, you're not blank. You want people to kill people. Sure. That has nothing to do with the blank that they are. Like, you're not a tall person unless you kill people. Well, no, they can be tall and not kill people. Your preference may be that people kill people. That has nothing to do with whether they're tall or not. You're making an association that's ridiculous, and it's also exclusive. You exclude in your vernacular per day, and this is a conversation. The reason that we've ever had this argument is because I have not been black in our conversations before. Now, what you're saying today is that what you mean by that is you don't do the thing that I want you to do, or that I want to do.
Correct.
But when you speak, you're saying you are excluded from a group that you should probably be in.
And for God's sake, why do you think I would mean that? And I know you are one of the niggas I know. You are a thoroughbred nigga, like, for real. So I won't ever say, you're... First off...
You have literally said that.
But yes, jokes. We have joked like that plenty of times. Like, come on now. But I know you are black. I know that for a fact. Now, remember we had that topic.
Could be blacker. Could be blacker.
There is no... Black is black. There's different sides of the spectrum. Like, there's just different sides of the spectrum. And I feel like you're not trying to acknowledge that.
No, that's crazy. For you to say... Well, first off, a spectrum means that one side is more whatever. And I do disagree with that. There are different aspects of blackness.
Yes, that's what I mean. Not spectrum then. Thank you for the correction.
There are different aspects of blackness. I have agreed to that, and I have never wavered this entire time. But they are all black.
Yes.
In common vernacular, in random, just like, if you're thinking deeply about it, if you're not thinking, if this is just a casual conversation, either any way, black people be black.
Yeah.
There isn't a more or less. And when there is a more or less, That's exclusive and unnecessary.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. But I'm not saying, again, when I say more black, I am not saying ranking these, oh, you're up here, you're down. I'm not saying it like that. Like, remember we had to talk stereotypes are true and some are. Well, not all stereotypes are true. They come from patterns of what a group of people do.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the same concept for me. Like, majority of black people I know eat after 8. I'm not saying these people are more black. I'm not saying because
you quite literally said that earlier, by the way.
I'm not saying because I want to eat at 8. Again, my preference is coming in here. But back to what I was saying, I don't want to say somebody with a PhD is less black than a nigga who didn't even grab his diploma. I'm never going to say something like that.
You quite literally say things like that throughout this podcast episode.
So, okay. So, where do you think I stand on this preference of a smart man, a smart black guy, and a dumb black guy? Do you think
it depends. What is the dumb black guy doing?
Nothing. Selling drugs. Sure.
Oh, if he's selling drugs, he's way more black than the smart black guy.
Bro, what?
Like if they're like, let's say we got called for like a study group, or what do they call them shits? A focus group. If we got called in for a focus group, and we got called in as the two of us, they spoke to you first, and then they spoke to me after, and they said, so we asked Darian which one of these guys was blacker. No question, without a doubt, I would point at the dude who was selling drugs. No question. And I genuinely think you feel that way. Because even in this conversation right now, I really, like, I know you don't like to listen to these episodes. I sincerely hope you re-listen to this one. Because in this conversation, you had a hard time not associating what you consider black as what is black. So even earlier, you're like, within the culture, when you literally just meant what niggas do in the hood. Instead of just, like, what, like, to you, black culture is what niggas do in the hood. Like, that to you is what the culture is.
But I feel like you think the more negative you do, the more black you are.
To you, yes.
No. Like, me personally, I don't think I'm black enough compared to Dr. Umar. I don't think so at all. That man is pro-black. I don't think I'm black enough for people who wear the African sheiks, it's called?
Dashiki, man.
Dashikis. Oh. I don't feel like I'm black enough compared to them. Like, and they're not doing anything wrong but supporting their motherland. Like, I just don't think I'm that black. Like, the negative aspect is not, I think it's more...
It's negative for you to think of blackness as having the rankings, in my opinion. I think that's toxic. Like, for you, what you just said, when you were saying,
I don't think I'm black.
You don't think you're black enough. That is insane to me. That's insane.
But what I'm trying to tell you, it has nothing to do with negative shit.
That alone is negative. That alone is negative.
Do
you think that there...
Of what I said, I don't think I'm black enough because I'm not wearing the shikis. Like, what was negative about that?
The idea that there is a more valid blackness than the blackness that you portray naturally. Like, nigga, that is all the black you have ever needed to be. That's all the black that has ever been required of you. And that's all the black that any of us need to aspire to be. The true you is black as fuck. It's black as fuck, man.
So, I have a question. Do you think when people say, oh, that's not black, they think of majority of the black people they know?
Possibly, yeah.
And do you think that's wrong for speaking for the majority?
I think they can just be wrong. For you to think of the majority of black people that you don't know that many people. You just don't know enough people to speak for the entire community of black people. Like, you know less than 1% of all of the black people.
Right.
For you to say that black people do this or black people are this, and you only know like 300 people from Akron, Ohio, who the fuck are you?
But then when you start adding numbers up, like, okay, how many people, black people, you know, who sold drugs compared to who got a PhD or a college degree?
A lot. Like, a lot more people sold drugs. Like,
Okay.
a lot.
I can easily say the same thing. Do you know someone who, okay, do you know a person who would know people with more college degrees than that sold drugs?
No.
Okay, so when you put all these people together and they speak for the majority, they all going to think like, yeah, most of the people I know sold drugs. Most of the people you know sold drugs. And then see, oh, most of the people I know sold drugs. So they're speaking for the majority.
But tying that to blackness is negative and crazy. Do you not think that most white people know more people that sold drugs than got PhDs? You know they're not giving PhDs away, right?
I think white people know more people with PhDs.
You're wrong. You are absolutely wrong.
I'm open to being wrong on that. I am. Yeah, I'm open to being wrong on that. But yeah, that wouldn't shock me.
Oh man,
that would not shock me at all.
This is a disappointing conversation to me.
All right. I'm not disappointed.
It's a disappointing conversation because I don't think you understand the possible harm that could come of the ideals of what
excluding
blackness is. Yeah. And it's not even necessarily excluding someone who you know where they stand in your rankings of blackness. It's excluding someone who is hearing you talk about what blackness is. Like, if blackness is one thing to someone, they'll feel excluded before you even know what it is that they like. Anime. Like, that's not cool to you at all. You watch anime, you into anime, Darian might look at you as less than black. And now, how bad of a thing can this be? I don't necessarily know. But imagine stifling some of your daughter's creativity because she already knows how you feel, like the negative feelings you have towards these things. Like, listen, anime shit ain't blackness. She would never get into anime. She might have loved that shit. She might have been a great fucking artist.
She's into it now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she may feel discouraged from expressing herself in ways that are true to her because they're not acceptable to you or acceptable enough.
But that goes back to our conversation about Kanye. Like, why should you care what these other people are saying?
What do you mean?
Like, remember his following? Like, if you're upset about what Kanye says, like, you need to reevaluate who you listening to for advice or some shit. Remember you said that?
I don't remember. I don't remember saying that.
Along the lines, like, stop being gullible and taking that advice from that.
Exactly.
Just do the same thing, though. Like, don't come to... I am not the spokesperson for black people. Don't come to me asking me what black is.
No one did.
Right.
No one
that's
did.
what I'm saying. Like, if you feel like you're not black, don't come to me and ask me. Like, I'm going to tell you the majority of the black people I see.
No one did.
Correct.
You offer that.
Like, but
you offer that just when someone is expressing what they like. Or what they're doing today. I could tell you I'm getting ready. The way that I found out that supper was white and what supper was to you is I got off the phone getting ready to go eat some dinner. And you was like, right now?
Like, nigga,
no, that's a white people shit.
It's 5 o'clock. That shit is ready.
For real. Yeah, you're offering it. And for your daughter, like, that's not something she can avoid. You're building the world for her. Like, you literally get to tell her what blackness is. Like, you literally get to express that.
But my daughter eats dinner before 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Like, she's...
Damn, you're fucking missing it, ain't you?
No.
You are intentionally missing
what
it.
What I am telling you is she's not going to think that because I can say, oh, white people eat supper, but she's the one eating before 8 o'clock. And she knows she is black. She knows it. So when she draw herself, she color herself, like, she knows it. Like, I'm not... It's nothing bad, like, that example, like, I'm not putting, like, when saying, like, you're on the other side of the fence, it's nothing bad, like, we're just not
What was that sentence? Saying that they're on the other side of the fence is not bad.
I've said I'm not saying you're on the other side of the fence. Yeah. Like, just being, if you eating before 8 o'clock, it does not make you less cool. I am not saying it like that. You're just not doing what majority of the people I know do. That is all that's pointing out. That's not bad. Like, and I feel like you should take that in. If you think that's bad, just damn, you're not doing what we're doing. Like why are you taking that like it's negative? I don't understand that part. Like, if someone said like, oh, bro,
if that's what you were saying, then it wouldn't be nearly as bad.
Please understand, there is nothing negative about me clowning you for eating dinner at 5:30.
Listen. What I'm saying is, if you were saying it as if you don't do things the way that I do things, if that's what you were saying, it would not be negative. That's not a negative thing at all. You're framing it differently. You are literally saying you are doing something that makes you not from Akron. And it's like, well, I'm from Akron, though.
But that's the joke, though. Like, if I was to say, oh, you eat dinner at 5:30, you're not doing what I do.
Bro,
that's not funny.
You say that's the joke. But, again, in this episode, you literally categorize things as not black and black. Like, you naturally do it. Like, you may think of it as a joke, but it is genuinely burned into your brain so much that you separate them from black and not black. And the thing that you like is the black thing. I would love for you to go back and listen. Because even when we were, like, trying to figure out, like, you were trying to find the words for how to say the thing that I like and the thing that I don't like as much. And you said, the music from, like, the culture. As if To Pimp a Butterfly ain't from the culture. Because what you see as the culture is different.
Right.
Like, it's not just a joke to you, bro. This is genuinely how you see the world.
But what I'm saying is when I say the culture, that does not put the bad on the other side of it, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying, oh, this is not the Sada Babies and the Rio the Young. Whoever I didn't say who's left, it's not bad that you don't make the same type of music. That's all I'm saying. Like, this is my culture. Like, we don't have the same culture. We have similar cultures, but we don't have the same. Like, every black person didn't wake up Saturday morning listening to Al Green. Like, that's the culture I come from. Some people in Africa gotta go get water. That's not the culture I come from. I might not be black enough because I don't gotta carry water from the lake. That's just different types of culture. That's what I mean by that. There's nothing negative. It's just not my culture. There's different cultures of black. And we know this. But I'm not saying you're not black at all. That's just not my culture. That's all I'm pointing out.
Very different. You do realize the difference between the culture and my culture, right?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. Because right now, as you're clarifying, it's my culture.
Yes. Which is definitely...
But when you were saying it, it was the culture. Like, music from the culture.
The only culture is not the only culture.
Do you think you have the same culture as Sada Baby did? Do you think you have the same culture as Kodak Black? You absolutely didn't.
I was about to say, I don't think so.
Like, you absolutely didn't. But that, them and you, is the culture. Interesting, right? How them and you is the culture. But Kendrick and you, not the culture.
But J. Cole and me is my culture.
Do you see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
You see how weird it is that Kendrick ain't in that list? J. Cole, Sada Baby, and Kodak Black are the culture.
Yes.
And wait, sorry. J. Cole, Sada Baby, Kodak Black, and Darian are the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick Lamar, not the culture.
But it's black. And would you
agree? Do you see what I'm saying, though?
Yes.
You see how it's weird that he gets excluded from that? That's weird.
Because that's not my type. And... that is it.
You're missing it.
No, I'm not.
You're fucking missing it on purpose. You're missing it on purpose.
J. Cole and Kendrick is the same type. Now, when you say the culture, you think I'm only talking about one culture. I get that. Horrible word. I give you that. But when I say my culture, it's exclusive to me. The problem was the in that sentence, right? The culture. Like, there's only one. No, there is multiple cultures of black. Yes. If I would have said my culture, I'm sure you would have had a problem, right?
I don't know.
Because
That's also a weird sentence.
That was better wording. Me saying my culture.
I'm sure it's the best you could do. I'm sure it's the best you could do with your culture.
But that is my culture. That's all I was saying. Like, that's not what I do over here. That is it. It is not in a negative way.
Yeah, look.
I need them to understand that.
Oh, no, they don't. They don't. Look, I'm telling you, bro, you might get killed the most. I would love for you to get killed the most for this episode. You sound like Hitler. Like, you sound like a Hitler. You gotta cleanse the world of the people that are fake black.
Bro, what? What the fuck? Bro, I am trying to. Bro, I've been saying love wins since the beginning of 3 weeks ago.
True black love, too, huh?
No.
Yeah. Look, we have beaten this horse to death here. I feel like this is exactly what it was going to be when we almost had this conversation in the chat. I feel like this is exactly what I was expecting it to be.
And we couldn't finish it either.
I'm a little disappointed in you. Not gonna lie, man. I think you're avoiding addressing how it is you truly feel the separation between the blacknesses are. Like, I don't think you're addressing that, and I get that. Like, it's probably, that would be mad vulnerable for you to be on here talking about how, like, for you to become Dr. Umar on this podcast. Like, that would be a little too much.
Wait, pro-black? That's what he is.
Anti. No,
he's pro-black.
I think he's more anti other shit than he is pro-black. Bro, I could be wrong.
He called the man a coon on live TV. That man is pro-black.
I don't consume much of his content.
Antics.
That might stop me from knowing. That's why I don't speak on him very often, because I genuinely don't know much. But yeah, I think you probably have more of that than you were willing to admit today. And I think it showed before you got to clarifying your points. I do appreciate you being open to have this type of conversation on here. These are the types of conversations that get my ears hot. Like, we don't agree. I could literally talk about this all day.
Like, and it's now you brought up, because now I'm starting to think of what I think white people is, and I tell you right now, the first thing popped in my head was child molesters. I know that is crazy, but please understand that I know that is crazy, but that is what I linked them with, for real. Like, because I think my fellow niggas is like negative, but no, I don't.
Shit,
school shooters and child molesters, man.
Oh my god.
But I'm gonna be more pro-black.
It's weird too, because when I have conversations like this, or when I have similar conversations with white people, mm-hmm. I am equally throwing everything into blackness. Like, no, that's black too. Like, in conversations where, and it doesn't happen very often, but in conversations where it's like, oh no, they're not like that. I have friends that aren't like that, and when they're saying like that, they mean the Kodak Blacks, and I'm like, no, we love them too. Like, no, I have loved ones who are locked up, and it's free them. Like, no, I fuck with them too.
and that's my problem. I don't think it's like that when you start climbing them ranks, and that's what makes me.
What do you mean?
Like, if they were, like, to touch back on that Pimp the Butterfly, like, Kendrick is, for God's sake, Kodak, would you agree Kodak Black looks dirty?
No.
No, he kind of, bro, don't lie. Don't get on this bitch lying, bro. That nigga look dirty as fuck sometimes, bro.
Huh?
He look dirty as fuck.
I don't see Kodak Black often.
Oh, you don't? Oh, fuck. See, okay. Damn. Never mind. We gonna cancel that out, because if you don't, because you
Darian, you look dirty right now. Like, what are you talking about?
Bro, yes,
you look
Kodak
dirty.
Black look like this sometimes. If you see Kendrick like this, you would think he's shooting a music video. Would you agree?
I don't know, but possibly.
Like, so that's a Kodak Black normally looks dirty unless he going out somewhere. But I was gonna bring up like in the mainstream they won't teach a man who don't look presentable. Like you fuck like you said you got niggas who look like Kodak Black. You love them and it's freedom. Like on all stages you go support them type of people, right?
I root for everybody that's black.
Fuck with that. Say, except for them child molesters though. But anyways, like when you hit that certain mainstream, like I don't think whatever you look like, you have to fit a certain type of image, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like,
Who are the top 3 rappers in the world right now?
Drake.
Yep.
Damn.
Come on, man. This ain't that difficult.
Future?
Are you kidding me? No.
Who's ranking this? Lil Baby?
No, the world. The world is ranking this. There are only 3 that are considered to be the biggest mainstream.
Drake, Travis Scott?
No. J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick Lamar are the top 3 rap acts right now.
Where are you getting this from?
And J. Cole is, you consider him presentable on a regular scale? Like, he does not try in his appearance.
He wears sweats all the time.
He does not.
Where do you see him at?
His LA Leakers freestyle before his album came out?
No, what I'm saying, like, that's a hip hop platform. Like, where do you see him outside of that?
Nigga, you don't see. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole are the biggest rappers that aren't Drake. And neither of them are ever seen. Like, ever seen.
Who said that?
You don't have to be presentable. Huh?
Who said that was the biggest? I think you're making that up.
Who do you think is selling like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole? Are you serious right now?
Travis Scott.
He isn't.
I think you're lying to me.
You gonna make this a long podcast by being stupid.
Are you going streams? What?
Sure.
Bad Bunny popped up. That's Kanye West. Is Drake, Bad Bunny, and Kanye West the weekend.
The 15 most popular hip hop rappers in the world, 2022: Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Kanye West, Travis Scott, J. Cole.
So I was right with Travis there.
For Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole to be in the top 5 and not fit the mold that you're talking about, what is necessary to be a top 5, I don't know like how that doesn't destroy that argument. Like in order to be top 5, you have to be presentable. Them niggas don't even present themselves.
No, we gave him the top 5. When I'm talking about outside of music, like Kendrick doing his album. No, I'm sure it's in his home state, California.
What are you talking about?
They're studying his album in his home state.
Oh,
right?
I honestly have no idea.
Oh, I thought
I know very little.
I'm saying outside of hip hop, you gotta be presentable, like to hit it to that next level. Or I'll give you an exception, Jay-Z, but he got money though. He got that money. But outside of that, like,
you think Kendrick Lamar was presentable when he got the Pulitzer Prize?
The what?
The Pulitzer Prize?
I have no idea what that is, my guy. I've never even heard of it.
Damn.
Yeah, I can't tell you what that is.
Never mind then.
But
damn, dude.
What?
This was a trip.
I'm glad we took it. Yeah,
me too, man. Me too. I can't wait. Like, we have asked before. I think this podcast, this request for an influx in messages, I think it just barely tops my request for people's life soundtracks. Mm-hmm. Like, that was definitely the one that I wanted the most. I wanted people to send their life soundtracks the most. Yeah, this one tops that. I want people to shit on you so bad, bro. I want people to let you know how much of a fucking coon you are.
You fucking turbo. Don't call me that shit.
Damn, bro.
You can only call me a coon if I'm standing behind the white man. Like,
All right, my fault.
yeah, I accept it though. But yeah, I would love to know what they got to say. Got a response for it already.
Yeah, well, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But no, I could be wrong. Everybody could be like, no, we know what he's talking about. I would be surprised. But I'm open to it, man. This is just a conversation that I like. It's a conversation that I've wanted to have more in depth for a while now, especially since, like we talked about earlier, I have definitely been told more than once, non-ironically, that I'm not black. Your stepdad he genuinely thought I was a white dude.
Why do you think that?
Because I pronounced them R's.
Like, well, he only thought you was white because you called me the N-word with an ER.
I never did that.
Like, that's what
I have never called you that.
What? What? Oh my god!
But no, that's one of the reasons that I specifically wanted this conversation, and have wanted to have this conversation openly, like publicly. So, y'all weigh in. Hit us up at the Overly Opinionated Podcast on Instagram, at the OO Pod Boys on Twitter, and for all you geezers out there, hit us up at the Overly Opinionated Pod at gmail.com. Let us know how wrong Darian is, man.
No,
let us know how black you are.
Tell him he ain't black enough.
Right.
That's what you really want to hear, and that he not black for real.
Right.
Like, say shit like that. Trigger him.
Trigger me, please. Need it. Welcome to the new year, and we will see y'all next Wednesday.